It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your, well, I can't really call it a succulent tip of the day because I am up at our ranch in Northern California and there is not a succulent to be had, but it is Wednesday, right? Is it Wednesday?
Yes.
It is Wednesday, so I thought we could do a little walkabout. You have been inquiring as to our whereabouts, and I really appreciate the concern. After we finished our Temecula job, we decided to take a couple of weeks up here. The summer was really rough up here in NorCal. You know, we had a lot of fires. Of course, there's the drought, and our ponderosa pines are struggling and dropping copious amounts of pine needles. Now, primarily what we do when we come up here is rake and burn, assuming that it's the season to burn. Otherwise, we just rake and make giant piles because we try to keep the perimeter of our home as fireproofed as we possibly can. So this is all ours, you guys. We have 5 acres here, and it's just daunting. We've spent a full day raking and burning. We've spent another day blowing and raking, and we came out after and it looked like we had never even done anything. So we had a little bit of snow the other day, which was fun, and a little bit of rain, but nothing really significant. It's about 40 degrees out, probably, maybe a little cooler, a little warmer than that. I'm always cold up here, but we also have a wood burning fireplace, which is really nice. So today we just kind of goofed off this morning. I watched season 1 of The Crown. It dropped on Netflix, season 5, episode 1 of The Crown. And then we went into town in Fort Jones to Five Marys for lunch. And then we went and visited the Gifted Horse Lodge, which is an adorable little gift shop in the town of Fort Jones. And then I thought, let's do a little video and check in on the trees and show you around a little bit. Remember, my goal here, when I'm up here more, of course, is to garden. But since we aren't up here a whole lot, we've let the grass die because I absolutely refuse to put water on it, particularly when we're not even here. So the grass stays brown. We've got, you know, some really pretty color. We have some maple trees here that I've been supporting. And then, of course, I planted a dogwood and a Sunny Sister maple last spring. And I was very concerned about how they might do in my absence. But I can report that they look fantastic. Here's our little house. I bought a few little fall decorations. We took one day up here to go into Medford and to go antiquing. So I bought a couple little cute things for the fall. And here is my dogwood. Look at this. Woo-wee! Our little deer fencing may not look the greatest, but it seems to be doing the trick. This little dogwood has definitely thrown off some growth since we popped it in the ground. It's looking really, really good. I'm super happy with it. I didn't realize these got such spectacular fall color. I was into the dogwood just for the blooms in the spring, but I'm here for this. Then, you know, the idea being I don't want to completely cover up our lawn area with trees because if we're ever up here more often, we will figure out an alternative. I would like some lawn if we can sustain it. We do have our own well here, but I want to shrink the lawn, the footprint of the grass. But when the kids come up and the grandkids, we do spend a lot of time out here throwing a ball, playing wiffle, and badminton, and the kids run around, so it does get some use. And I thought that if I staggered some, you know, small trees, that could provide some shade for the grass beneath. It's kind of my idea. Then over here is the most recent tree. that I planted. This is the Sunny Sister, the little maple tree. This was the dogwood was a 15, or no, it was a 7-gallon. This was only a 5-gallon tree. And also absolutely thrilled with it. It is very, very, very much alive and appears to be very happy in this spot and thriving. So really great news on the trees. We've been having a lot of fun with Betty while we've been up here. We've gone on a few burns around the valley, and we're going to continue to do that. I didn't show you guys a whole lot of this side of the property when we did our 100,000 subscriber ranch tour. You know, the OCD that I have, honestly, while Greg is doing like actual work and he's got the tractor going and he's blowing and he's getting, you know, like tons and tons of pine needles, I'm over here at the little Doug firs, picking dry needles out of trees. This is the most satisfying feeling in the world, and it's completely really useless activity when you consider the copious amounts of pine needles that we have to clean up. But it just lowers my blood pressure to do this. It feels so good. Okay. Yeah, Greg's like, okay, can we move on, please? What if I just shake the branches, or is that cheating? It doesn't really work. It's kind of like trying to get leaves out of lava rock, isn't it? Kind of the same thing. You just have to get in there and do it. But anywho, I digress. Okay, so our property runs basically from the edge of the driveway here. No, it's actually, oh, yeah. Oh God, the green pole. Let's see. So it's an irregular lot. This is ours, right? Yeah, so it runs that way. And such a funny story. Our neighbors right over here used to live in Chula Vista. Doug and Diane. They lived over behind Southwestern College in Chula Vista and moved up here just a couple years before we did. What are the odds? So we had them over for dinner earlier this week, and I made chicken and dumplings, and they're having us over tonight for salmon. They've got a couple of horses and a donkey named Junior, and they are just a lot of fun. So there's a house way back in there. Oh my gosh, check that out, Greg. The view. Isn't that so gorgeous? Our property runs all the way back, as far as you can see, that way. Yeah, then we've got a little woodshed here, and another garage and a tack room. I also spent most of the day that we were trying to get a handle on these pine needles. When I wasn't picking needles out of the tree and out of the fence, I was raking this driveway. Raking. And then the next day it looked, like it did the day I raked. And Greg came through with the blower and in 5 minutes had accomplished what it took me half a day to do. Rude. So yes, this is a garage with a concrete slab. And then these two, I don't even know, really. We haven't really done anything with these yet. It's Greg's diesel tank. And then here's my little corral for the day. Oh, there's a squirrel. Boom! For the day that I get my horses. And then out here's our pasture. So we have probably, I would say, 3 acres in pasture. in the spring months through the summer, and as late as last week, there's a rancher that runs cattle in the back pasture back there. So we have the benefit of that beautiful sight and scene, having those cows out there just grazing and mooing. It's pretty pastoral. Pastoral? Oh, there I go, making up words again. But no, really, guys, this is such a special place, and we're so happy that we found it. Here's our burn pile. It's hard to believe, but yeah, I mean, we burned. Look at all these pine needles. We really just want to keep the area around the house as clear as we can, since we aren't up here all the time. If we were here a lot, we would just forget about it and let the needles stay and then rake them up in the spring before fire season started again. But we can't do that. We're just not here enough. Yeah, and then back here is tons and tons of needles. Also, the gentleman that owned the home and built the home had planted a bunch of Douglas firs not long before we bought it. And I'm amazed. These were just little saplings, and I'm amazed at how big these Doug firs have gotten in just the 3 years we've been here. We've got a really cute little playground for the kids, 1,100 square feet of wraparound porch. So we can spend time sitting out here on the back porch too. Just depends on what we want to see. If I want to enjoy the view, then I can sit here. This is the sunny side of the yard. It gets a little bit hot here in the summertime, but at this time of year, it's so pleasant just to sit here and look out at that beautiful view. Show them the beautiful view, Greg. So great. So we're going to be here another week, and then we have a ground break in Del Mar Highlands, and possibly a little more. We're calling it phase 2.5 in Temecula, which may be on the docket as well before Thanksgiving. So some maintenances and some consultations and some other lots and lots of other fun things to do when we get back. I really appreciate your support. I thank you so much for waiting around for me and watching the reruns of the videos until we get back and start airing some new stuff for you. So all of y'all, be safe. Enjoy your gardens. Keep reaching out on Instagram at Laura Loves Succulents and showing me what you're up to. I really enjoy seeing what you're doing. And peace out.